All right, there we go. Good morning, everybody. It's officially the 28th of July, Monday, and July's coming to a close, and pretty soon it's going to be August, and then pretty soon it's going to be September and the fall. It's crazy. It feels like I was just waiting all year for summer to come, and summer's here, and summer's going to be coming to a close soon. It's funny how time just moves, really does. So hopefully everyone is fired up and excited. Now I got a real question. Last Friday, we talked about, right, fishing from an existing barrel, fishing from an existing well, and, going out and creating content that is directed at people that have already pulled out their credit card and said yes, versus trying to go find brand new people that have no clue about making money online, no clue about you or the funnel team or my econ or any of that sort of stuff. So, just out of curiosity, how many of you went out over the weekend and created a piece of content that was directed at, you know, people in the existing well, people in the existing barrel? Like we talked about again last Friday, shooting fish in a barrel. Like you got those people, that audience that's already there. So whether, you had people on your team or you're targeting specific people that have been on our team, which by the way, you're more than welcome. And I would encourage you guys to do that because that's where we generate a ton of sales. And Bill, I know like you and I have had personal conversations talking about this before. Like how many times over the years do we have people that will reach out to us and be like, oh, I was in it before, I got out of it, I'm more ready now, I'm more serious now, or I was with you back in this thing, or I was with you back in this thing, and I see what you're doing and I'm ready to get started. I mean, it's nonstop.
For me, it's probably the most because they go to people that are in the same program for a long time. Everyone here knows I don't
Yep.
jump around. So I get a lot of that. I get a lot of emails from old people that were in asking me questions. And it's the best thing because when you bring someone in like that, they know you already
Yep.
and they know your pros, your cons, what you're going to tolerate, what you're not. And I just think they work harder the second time around. They really do, you know.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing it right now with some of our newest people.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, just literally just last week, I had someone reach out to me. They were actually in on our team prior in years past and reach out to me, Facebook message out of the blue, and just said, "Hey, I'm really looking to get this thing going." And it was so simple. It was like, "Hey, give me your link. I'm ready to get started." It's like, love those because they require no effort. But again, the big thing here for you guys is it doesn't just have to be people that you know. You can go out there and you can target the market, you can target the niche, and you can go after people that have been on the funnel team before, people that were in Savings Highway or GFU or whatever, and use that in your content. So that way you're attracting people that, like I said, people that have already been in the niche, already pulled out their credit card, already started, and this is what we all need to realize is that if somebody started and quit years ago or whenever it was, maybe it just wasn't the right time for them. Maybe they thought it was, maybe it wasn't the right time. But if they were willing to do it before, there's a really, really good chance that they would be willing to do it again, especially coming from you if they knew that they had support, if they knew that they had something that they could plug into where they could just easily jump right back in. They could get support. They could get their questions answered, and they don't have to overthink stuff too much. Versus, like, if someone had to go out there and start completely from scratch, not knowing anything and having to figure it all out, that'd be a completely different story. But if you can offer them support, you can offer them a proven system, you can offer them, hey, you know what? Like, you did this before. You could do this again. And I'm telling you, if you thought it was good before, it's even better now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just curious. How many of you did anyone actually create that piece of content? Did anyone actually try to do that? I know Albert says I got something coming out this week. Anybody actually go? do that or create that, drop it in the comments. Let me know.
I got
No.
something, Dan. On that thing, on that, I'm gonna take my link out. I'm gonna post something in the chat. I just put something on my wall that kind of reflects it in a different way.
Mhm.
Um, what you have now is trust with those types of people. And then, oh, the space is not right, but you guys will figure it out. So anyway, when um when I say you have trust, you have trust. So even if you don't have people like Dan said, and you're going after um other programs, you still have trust because of what we offer. A lot of people. Uh, I'll do it in a little bit because it says it's too many stuff, too much stuff. But anyway, a lot of people that are in other programs, they join a program and all their leader does or all their sponsor does is send them a back office link. That's it.
Yep.
Says good luck and wishes them the best. You have to share that, we invest time, resources, and we care, and motivation, which is very important. And you see, we do them daily, constantly,
Hmm.
and we're available. Like if lots of these other programs, you go message someone and no one knows what they're doing. So
Yep.
I just think that you have a lot of value to share with others in the same way Dan's saying, even if they never joined you before.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And what was I going to go with this? It's like we said, it's much, 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 much easier to go after someone that has already done it versus, like we said, creating building a brand new peer. If you're going to go create a brand new TikTok channel and go start everything from scratch, it's good. And by the way, those things work. They work 1,000%. You go do them. We suggest everybody to go do that. But there should also be a what we're saying here is like a portion of your business, a part of your day, a percentage where you're going after people that are already in it. And it's the same exact concept as recruiting up. You guys have heard us talk about that, recruiting up and going after leaders. You're going after people that already have the experience, okay? And you're much more likely to land one of those people versus a brand new person, okay? So again, kind of why we talk about this stuff, right? Um, Let me answer your question. So you're receiving emails from TFT with your website. What do you mean, how do I get that? So you can email that to my email list. Um, if you're like, how do you get to your leads? Like, how do you access your leads or how do you send emails to your leads? What exactly are you asking? Because we do all of the email marketing for you so you guys don't have to. If you guys want to email your leads, that's a completely different can of worms. So it's not just as simple as like, oh, let me push a button. Like you guys need your own email autoresponder to do that. So I can get anybody their leads anytime you guys want, but if you guys want to email them, you need something in place to do that. So that's why we've offered we're
Yeah,
going to email all your
if
leads for
you're
you.
if you're an intermediate and you know what you're doing, sure, you can do your own capture page and just use the sales page. That's up to you. We have many people that do that, but if you're just brand new, I would keep your eye on the ball before you get in that, as Dan said, can of worms. But it's if you're willing and ready, but it's another learning curve if you're not familiar with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and every now and then, like I'll have people that will say, "Hey, can you send me my leads?" And I always ask the question too, and I always ask people, I say, "Hey, um, what are you going to do with these?" Because sometimes people like want their leads, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not sure yet." It's like I can send you your leads, but like have a plan in place so you guys know what you're going to do with them. The easiest thing to do is as your leads come in, follow up through the app. Send them a personal email, send them a text message, call them if you want. Utilize your app and then just do it right from there. Some folks on our team, Catherine as an example, like Catherine has thousands of leads. Um, so every now and then I'll send her leads. She has an autoresponder, so she can upload them into her own personal autoresponder. and she can email her leads from there. Okay.
So, on that, Dan, when I send an email blast out for the contest, I test all the links in my email. In my email that I send, that I've been sending the same one out when someone wins. So it was Beth for Beth, and so I test all the links with a dummy account,
Hmm.
dummy accounts. So I hit this one, I put an email, fake name, this one, and Beth, she doesn't know this. Beth responded to every dummy test account I did. She
Hmm.
emailed me because I use different emails,
Yeah.
and I thought it was really cool how good of a follow-up she did. She's on the job, let me tell you.
And that and that's it, man. That's it. Literally, follow up is everything. It's literally everything. So, um, as they always say, the fortune, the money's in the list, but the fortune's in the follow up. So if you guys are getting leads and you're not doing anything with those, you're leaving money on the table. Totally leaving money on the table. So, I know for me, I email my lists every single day, twice a day. That's my personal list. The team list, we're emailing every single day, 365, like literally 365 days a year. We're emailing all of your leads for you. So most people that when they join, even some of the, literally, even I've had some big leaders come in that are like, oh, hey, can I attach my own email autoresponder to the app? And the answer to that is yes, you can. But then you also have to go in and you have to email your list on a daily basis. You're the one that's going to have to do that work. And once people like kind of go like, "Oh, well, you're going to email the list every single day." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, okay, just do it." It's almost no one wants to turn around and email all their own leads when we're going to do it for you. Especially when the links are coded back to you, just makes it easier. Um, so yeah, just another cool part of the funnel team to make things as easy as possible for you. Okay. So, Randy, if I missed that and you want to just unmute your mic and ask, you can. If there was something that you were getting at that I didn't understand, but I don't know if that's what you're asking or what you're going to do with your email list.
There's one other thing too on that. This is funny humor. Dan's pet peeve is if you ask him for the leads and you have five, you're you're gonna get a little snippy reply back.
No, not necessarily.
I'm just teasing. In other words, make sure you got a lot of leads, okay? And because you can see your leads, and you get the alerts.
Well, yeah, yeah. If you only have a couple of leads and they're in your app, then I
Yeah.
don't need to send you a file. The only point of sending somebody a file, anybody, is if you have dozens or hundreds of leads, versus going in manually into the app. It's just makes it easier. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, you answered it pretty well, but the question I had is these emails that I'm getting, I want to duplicate those to all my other email. They're not clients now or leads now. They're potential leads just in from my email list. And I wanted to, well, just copy and paste it, to be honest with you, because they're awesome.
So do
And
that.
so that's all I need to do is just copy and paste it.
Yeah, just copy and paste them. I mean, what I've done in the past is I will literally go get on. And let me pin here so everyone can kind of see who's chatting here. So what I do is I get on a whole bunch of other marketers' websites and I go create Google documents and you can use ChatGPT for this too, but I just create a Google Doc of if I'm on one specific creator's email list and they send out a really great email. I do a couple of different things. I'll take all their emails and I'll copy the whole email, including the subject line, and I'll just put it on a document. And I'll just do that over and over and over and over again. At this point, that's what I did in the beginning. I don't even do that anymore now is in my email inbox. So I use Gmail as an example. So in Gmail, what I do is I have what's called a swipe folder. I just create a swipe folder. And I'm on probably a dozen or so other email marketers, like affiliate marketers, network marketers, whatever. I'm on a dozen other email lists, getting their marketing emails, whatever. And I don't save all of them, but when I get a really great one that catches my attention, like it's great subject line, I'm like, oh man, that's a great subject line. And then the body of the email is decent. I literally just take the email and I drag it into my swipe folder. And then anytime I'm going to write an email to my list, whether it be for the funnel team, my own personal list, and I need an idea, click. I just open up the swipe folder. It's like, boom, there's a great idea. Boom. And I just copy and paste it. And then I tweak some of the words to be more about me versus them. And that's it. So I hope that makes sense. All right, there we go. So hopefully that answered your question.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and you guys can 100%. You guys can always clone what we're doing. Whether it's the same exact thing for a short form video. If you guys see, myself or Bill or Kirsty or anybody, and it's a great piece of content, by all means, go make your own version of it. And it's the same thing with our email list. If you're reading one of our emails, you're like, man, that's a really good email. You could literally take that, copy it, and go, use it for yourself. I would love to see that. I would love to see you guys using that stuff because it's all there as a tool or a resource for you guys. So simple as that. Can you add email list to? No, you cannot manually add emails to the app for many reasons. One, privacy and data laws, and the only way to get a lead into the app is to go through one of the capture pages. So if you had an email list, you really need to be using that from your own email autoresponder. And please, for the love of God, do not ever take all your emails and then manually enter them into the app one at a time and opt in for people. Please don't ever do that. Because again, that would be going against many privacy and data laws. So let's see. Heal
That's a
paid
question for you.
emails. I don't even know what that is.
I think you were a part of that program years ago. I don't know. Isn't that your program or no?
It was years ago,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't even. Again, the paid emails. I'm not even sure what you're referring to with that.
They must have sold emails. It happens,
Like
Maybe they,
leads? Is that
yeah,
what
they
you're
must have.
referring to? Like,
I think so. I mean, you know more than me on that deal. Michelle, was she with you over there?
yeah, I don't know if it's leads, but yeah, you
Yeah,
bought
she was.
emails. Yeah, again, you'd have to if you have an email list, any email list, it cannot be imported into our app. You guys would have to use your own email autoresponder for that. Um, yeah, we can't manually add any emails to our app. They have to come through your capture page. They have to come through there
And
in
then let me
order to come
just
up.
give you the big pink elephant in the room. Even if you buy leads, they're the worst leads. The autoresponders will decline them 99% of the time. The paid ones, if you didn't bring them in the front door the right way, they don't want them. Trust me, I have leads because I was going to switch providers,
Hmm.
and I've been having nothing but, Dan, I have nothing but trouble with getting good leads that already opted in back to where they were. Um, all the I's got to be dotted, the T's got to be crossed. They're very strict.
Hmm.
And just like Dan said, you can't even opt into his page 4 times if you want to, because he's got it protected now. Again, that's stuff at a different level. People waste their time doing that. It doesn't even get through. You're just wasting an hour of time.
Yeah, all of our for those of you guys that don't know,
There you go. The way Tracy just did bingo, that's the way to do it. So go on, I'm sorry.
yeah, 100%. And I'll pull it up here too, so you guys can see it. But all of our capture pages, um, let me share this with you guys so you can see it. Every single one has what's called reCAPTCHA, and if you guys are familiar with this or not, I'm sure you guys have seen this somewhere. But all of our capture pages have this. So in order for someone to even opt in, um, and I had to put this protection on here because our main email autoresponder, which is GetResponse, which is the autoresponder that we use for our team account and emailing all of your leads. Um, I would get communication with them saying, "Hey, we have a high, one of your lead lists is getting a high spam rate, meaning like there were a lot of bot accounts coming in, there were a lot of fake email addresses coming in. So I actually had to put this on the page. I had to figure it out first, but I had to put this on the page so someone fills out, their name, their email, they put in a real phone number, and then before they can submit, they have to click this box that says, I'm not a robot. Now, if it's a bot or AI or some type of junk email system, someone wouldn't be able to opt in because of that, because like a human person actually has to click that and then they hit submit, right? So the quality of the leads that we're bringing in, even with the name, email, and phone, the quality of the leads that we're bringing in is really good. And that also shows too. That also shows in our open rates, because when you look at our open rates on our first few emails on most of our lead lists, the open rates are like 40+%. And if you guys know anything about email marketing, 40+% open rates are very good. Very good. And that's again because these are all high quality leads. Okay. So anytime it comes to uploading mass quantities of leads, it's like, let's not go that route. We want to keep the quality high. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Because these are all good questions that you guys have in regards to lead management, what some of you guys are trying to do. So if you guys have any other questions, drop those in there. Anything to do with obviously our system and content and the things that we're talking about here, let us know. And by the way, Bill, I know while we're here, I want to drop the link for tomorrow because it's not confirmed yet, but we are working on a very special Teachable Tuesday tomorrow night with a very special guest that is hopefully, maybe, going to come on and blind us with science. What do you think, Bill? You think that's going to happen?
Yeah, I'm got something set up to talk later, and I wanted to do it verbally instead of text, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure. I hear you.
I figure it out. And you know, hey, the team's here, Dan. He's gonna want some kind of what do you want to do? You want not an overview, right? Because everyone's a team member, just to come on and say hey and just introduce yourself. How about that? What do you think?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll obviously set up like an agenda and a flow for
Okay.
how things are going to go, but it's gonna be a much deeper dive, and we're gonna really break down products and services that are available to you guys that you guys might not necessarily know about,
That's
which is really
perfect.
cool. So if you guys haven't gotten registered for tomorrow's Teachable, make sure you guys do that. Just drop the link in there. Mark, you got something? I see your mic's unmuted. You got something?
No, I didn't know my mic was unmuted. Sorry about
Well,
that.
now you know.
It's all good, Mark. Keep on rolling over there in TikTok. He's a TikTok star.
I know.
I'm impressed.
Insta famous. Um,
I got real quick, Dan. I got two TikTok accounts, same video, and one of them is a violation and the other one's not. So I hate TikTok, but that's just me.
welcome to the club, brother. Welcome to the club. Yeah, TikTok is very much off my Christmas card list. They're not getting a gift this year.
They make no sense.
But yeah, it's crazy, how the algorithm works. It's all most of that stuff when you get a video banned or whatever it is, it's just their AI or it's just their
Yeah.
tech or whatever that says like, oh, this video is against community guidelines, and then you get the same one on another channel and it's not
Booming.
banned. It's perfectly fine.
Well, the other one that you told me to appeal, they put right back. So
Yeah, and most of the time they will. And you guys got to realize like, you know, with a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with now, I think somebody had asked me like, "Oh, hey, did you get your Facebook account back?" And the answer is no, I didn't. I have a backup account that I've had for years that I'm using now, so I'm just slowly getting some traction with that new Facebook account. My views are just I'll just call it what it is. My views on my shorts or my reels are horrendous. I'm getting maybe like 25, 30 views a video. And I don't know if that has to do with facial recognition, if it has to do with, because I'm logged in through the same Facebook app that I use that I got the other account banned on. I don't know. I just know it's a very slow process. Excuse me. Which is why we told you guys, you know, there's always a way around. There's always a way to figure out how to gain momentum and how to move forward. And it's not just a matter if, it's just a matter of when. So for me, that's why I started going LinkedIn. That's why I created a backup account on TikTok. So now every day, instead of posting on one account on TikTok, I'm posting on two accounts. I'm posting shorts on YouTube. I'm posting on LinkedIn. I'm doing all these other things to get around the fact that my main Facebook profile isn't there. Like, it's always easy to throw in the towel. It's always easy to give up. It's always easy to quit. It's always easy to point blame and say, oh, this happened, so I can't move forward. It's like, no, you can move forward. You just don't want to, so you can do that. And with it, and let me just be real because today's Monday and we'll talk mindset Monday here for a little bit. And this is what I was just literally just talking about. I just recorded a video for my YouTube channel about utilizing the tools and resources that you have right at your fingertips because so many times people say, I don't know how to do something. Like, you cannot have this in your hand and say, I don't know how. It's just, pardon my French, pardon my directness, pardon my bluntness, but it's just lazy. You either don't want to learn it, like internally, subconsciously, like you don't want to learn it, or you're too lazy to go look it up. But in today's day and age, you cannot say, I don't know how. You have this. Let's stop doing that. And Jim Rohn, even 25 years ago, 25 years ago, Jim Rohn used to say, don't be lazy in learning. Still true today. Don't be lazy in learning. But to be honest with you, and this is just reality, guys, like we've had people on our team that, they got worn out. They got beat down. They got beat. They let they let the system, they let their mindset beat them down into submission. And we've had really great people on our team over the years that have built teams, made a lot of money, and got worn out and thrown in the towel and said, I think I'm good, And it's really, 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 really unfortunate because I hate when I see talent go to waste, and it all comes down to one thing, one specific thing, and it starts with a C. What is it, guys? What is it? The one and only thing that we should value the most with ourselves? What is the one and only thing that we need to nurture, build, develop, grow, every single day? What is it? Yeah. Confidence. Your confidence. So, I mean, I've worked with really great people and I see them throw in the towel and it's because of their confidence. And that's it. It literally comes down to confidence. Anybody can find success. Anybody can find a way through. Anybody can figure out how to do something. Anybody can also throw in the towel and then point excuses of, it's this, it's that, it's whatever, it's me, I don't want to do it anymore. It's just confidence, guys. It's confidence. And the more you build it, the more you work on it, the more you nurture it. When you have those hard moments, that's where the personal development's going to kick in. That's when it's going to give you, do I have the strength to keep moving forward or do I not? This is a journey, guys. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. I know a lot of us, we want to get those results fast. We want to go generate as many leads and as many sales and build a team as big as we can, make as much money as we can in the shortest amount of time. But you got to realize that this is a journey. And that's why mindset, attitude, personal development, and building that confidence up is so, so, so important. Okay. Period. Bill, anything else on that?
I was just thinking about, you said, fishing in the barrel, the well, whatever we want to call it. I got real life going on right now. So this is true. So here's a woman. I got to tell you this quick story. I'm doing it right now. So there's a woman that was in one of the one of the most popular MLM in the last couple of years, LG. You guys know what it is, okay? So there was this woman, she was a big producer there, and she was a Facebook friend, and I was ripping into that company a little bit, with the compensation plan over the years. And she actually blocked me. She literally blocked me on Facebook. So all of a sudden she started following me on Twitter recently, and she's doing a new save. Not the save one now, but a new one, and she's out there. So she's liking my comments about being consistent and all that. So here's someone that I never worked with, who I actually kind of abused a little bit from picking the wrong program, having a little fun. She got butt hurt. She blocked me over a year ago. Now she's following me and she's liking my post on Twitter. So I just commented. She gave me a thumbs up. I said, "Hey Trisha, I hope you're well. If you have room on your plate, text me." And I gave her my number in the comments on Twitter, or well, X, whatever you want to call it. My point is that this is exactly what Dan's talking about. That connection right there, there's no hard feelings. I keep it
Hmm.
real. And they respect me for telling the truth because unlike her, I'm not in a new program.
Yep.
I'm still in the same program and she's had to jump. So my point is, everything Dan said before about fishing in the well, still do what you're doing with all the other stuff. You got to pay for the peanut butter sandwiches, but it goes to what I'm telling you, reach out to people that are captains
Hmm.
because one of them join you, your business changes overnight. That's real overnight success.
Yeah. And that, literally just months ago, similar story on my end. We had someone that worked with us years ago, and there was like it was a little bit of bad blood, a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth from some things that had happened. Um, none of which, unfortunately, none of which was in our control. It was external things that happened, but it created a little bit of a rift. It created a little bit of tension, and I reached out to this person and I said, "Hey, I just wanted to reach out, let you know what we're doing now." And I just was honest. I was just sincere. I was straightforward. I said, "Hey, I know some stuff happened. I want to put that behind us because I know you. I know what you can do. I know who you are. You know what I'm all about and what I can do. And I think together we can do some really great stuff." Long story short is they responded, ended up joining, ended up bringing a lot of people in. And, again, you never know when someone's ready. You never know. But here's the most honest thing is the answer is always no if you don't say anything. If you don't ask the question, if you don't reach out, guess what? The answer is always no. So, do you want to be right? Oh, yeah, they probably won't join. Oh, you're right. Cool. Great. Good for you. Or would you rather be rich? So, you let me know in the comments. Would you rather be right or would you rather be rich? So, every time you're thinking about like maybe talking to someone, maybe asking the question, maybe reaching out, maybe tapping somebody on the shoulder, just remember that phrase. Do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? Do you want to like be like, "Oh, yep, I was right. They're not interested." Well, yeah, of course they're not interested because you never did anything. You answered the question for them. You made the decision for them. Good for you. Great job. Or would you rather just swallow your pride, reach out, and you never know? I mean, I could think of so many examples over the years where I reached out to somebody either on Facebook and Messenger or whatever it is, and you never, ever, ever know when someone's ready to jump. I did that same exact thing. It was back in, when the hell was it? 2022 or 2023. And I brought in this person because I saw them on Facebook posting about being ready for an opportunity. And I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, you may want to take a look at what I'm doing." And they came on board and they brought in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And the reality is, if I didn't say anything, if I didn't do anything, if I just said, "Oh yeah, they probably wouldn't be interested," I would have been right. It's great. Would have been right. Good for me. Check the box. I'm awesome. But instead, I just said, "Hey, you know what? Worst they could say is no." And I reached out and lo and behold, they said yes. So again, guys, you don't know until you ask the question. And as the great one said, and by the way, Wayne Gretzky is still the great one, even though Ovechkin, has
Hmm.
him on goals. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You don't take the shot, you miss it every time. Simple, 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 simple. All right, Bill, unless you got anything else, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, I'm going to drop the link for Teachable in there. Make sure you guys go get registered for tomorrow. It's not 100% guaranteed, but pretty sure, hopefully, tomorrow we are going to have a special guest coming in, and we're going to do something unique and a little bit different, something that we haven't done in a while, long time for you guys. So that is our goal for tomorrow. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. But either way, go get registered. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Let's
Take
go
care.
get it.
Catch you later.